Hello, Selamünaleyküm. Mehmet Akif Ersoy, National Poet of Turkey. Mehmet Akif Ersoy was born in 1873, died in 1936, is accepted by Turks as a national poet, and he is the writer of the lyrics of the Turkish National Anthem, İstiklâl Marşı, the March of Independence in English, which was adopted in 1921. In his The March of Independence, which describes Turkish independent war, he says, "Civilization is a monster with single tooth." Isn't it what we see when we examine the lives of our Western brothers who in their free times after work watch TV, go to movies, concerts, casinos, discotheques, parties, matches, drink alcohol, use drugs almost in a hypnotized manner? Do really the footballers they watch swearing and cursing, free sex, drugs and alcohol make them happy? Or is what they are worshipping actually the Antichrist's paganist idols? Mehmet Akif was the son of İpekli Tahir Efendi, an Albanian tutor at Fatih Madrasah. Mehmet Akif's mother came from a family who migrated from Buhara and settled in Istanbul. He attended the Emir Buhari Quarter School, Fatih Elementary School and the School of Politics, and during his years at high school he attended the lectures at Fatih Mosque and learned Arabian and Persian. He attended the Halkalı School of Veterinarian after his father died and their house burned down, and he graduated with the first degree in 1893. He worked as a civil officer at the Department of Veterinarian at the Ministry of Agriculture and worked in Rumelia, Anatolia, Albania and Saudi Arabia for 4 years. He got married in 1989 and had 6 children. Also working as a teacher at the School of Veterinarian, Akif published the reviews Sırat-ı Müstakim and Sabil Rashad with his friend Eşref Edip in 1908. He resigned from his office due to the Balkan War in 1913. He went to Egypt and Hijaz before the World War began, 1913. He was sent to Germany during the war by Ottoman intelligence service on the invitation of the German government in order to see the Muslim captives in Germany in 1914. Meanwhile, he was appointed as the first secretary to High Islamic Council. He tried to encourage people in his speeches at mosques in order to support the national struggle rising in the Western Anatolia after the invasion of Izmir, 1919. Shortly after his arrival in Ankara, he was elected as deputy and served at this office until 1923. His poem was enthusiastically read out at the Turkish Grand National Assembly and was accepted as the national anthem on 21st March 1921. He refused the money award as the poet of the national anthem, although he was very, very poor. Akif returned to Istanbul after the independence war was over, from where he left for Egypt on an invitation from Prince Abbas Halim Pasha and settled in Hilvan. He worked as a professor of Turkish language and literature at the University of Egypt between 1925 and 1935. He lived 10 years in Egypt and returned to Istanbul to die on his homeland of his cirrhosis. He was interred in the Edirne Kapı Cemetery in Istanbul. His poems have been collected under the title Safahat, Phases, which consists of 7 volumes. Kastamonu Nasrullah Kürsüsü'nde, at the Kastamonu Nasrullah Chair, preaching to people at the Nasrullah Mosque during a national struggle, published by Nihat Pasha. The commander of Al Jazeera at Diyarbakır Printing House, 1921, is some of the samples of his thoughts and researches. Despite the fact religious subjects are abundant in his poems, he cannot be considered as merely an Islamic poet. His lines, taking their theme from numerous problems faced by the society, has proven that his vision reached far beyond religion. The poem Hero for Those Who Die at Gallipoli is the greatest of the legends of heroism. Akif, who gave us the most effective examples of the art of poetry, believed that Muslims should apply the Holy Quran to purify their religion from superstitions and to survive from the depressing conditions they were in. The idea was expressed in the words that read, "Directly inspired by the Quran, the mind of the century shall interpret Islam." Thus he asserted a condition for being a poet of his time on his own understanding. His approach to art was to be with God, as Yunus Emre claimed. Regarded as a leading representative of the idea of arts for society, Akif assumed poetry as an instrument to spread his beliefs and ideas and to continue his struggle. God rest his soul in peace. Best regards.